All right, E. All right, let's took a look at this real quick. Man, it looks a lot better, a lot more fluid. Your dad mentioned something about your hands getting lower. I actually like it. You look a lot more relaxed there, so I would keep it. But let's start going over this. Actually, let's look at the fluid motion. All right, watch one more. Go down and get it, E. Hey, but on that right there, just remember, man, if you stayed in your rhythm there, you'd probably still hit that ball pretty well. But instead of slowing your foot down right there, get your foot down, then slow the hands down and everything to stay back. But don't let that get all the way out there. Um, well, let's don't dwell on that swing. All right, so let's get this in slow motion. All right. Yeah, I like where the hands are. That's looks like your shoulders are a lot more relaxed because of that. Elbows are staying relaxed. Keeping that bend. Man, that's a lot better, E. A lot better. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna break this one down. Let's see where we're kicking from. That's better because see now when you're cool, like at the end, you're cooling here. Then right there to get that locked in position, you just let that fall into place. So that really locked in instead of it was jumping last time I saw you or last time I did a video. So that's a lot smoother. So that doesn't stop you. Um, yeah, man, that looks good. That looks good. Stay closed as you can on that front side. Yeah, man, that looks good, brother. Um, man, I had a former player who played a long time, Dustin Majewski, who played at Texas and played in AAA and everything. Well, I was asking him, I'm always talking. Let's pause it for a second. When I'm talking about how you stop sometimes instead of staying in rhythm, and I was asking him what he did mentally or whatever to get him to stay fluid, where he didn't stop when that pitcher's arm came through or the ball was let go. And he compared it to like at a stop sign when you're driving, whether you're going to stop all the way or you're going to kind of roll through it. Now, hopefully, you as a driver don't roll through it, but as a hitter, we want to roll through the stop sign. I thought when he told me that, it really clicked in my mind, and I thought it would work for me as a hitter. So I thought I would relay that to my hitters. So hopefully that helps what I'm talking about on the fluidity, where instead of coming to a complete stop because you don't have something ready and you're loading, you're just kind of roll. You're not running through it. You're just rolling through it, and so that keeps us in rhythm where our head's still seeing the ball and everything. So anyway, I thought that was a good analogy. All right. So let's see if you're rolling through the stop sign here. Yeah, so much better. That looks good. With this, you look like you're primed and ready for your senior year, man. Very nice. Good adjustments from the last time. I looked at it. Let's break that down again. Yeah, just let that fall into place right there. Good positioning. All right. See what we land. I just want to be a little more in it. So like when you come back down, I'd love for you to look like that. So if your foot was completely on the ground ready to turn through, I think that's your most powerful position. I'm capable of hitting home runs from that position pretty much on a regular basis. But watch how you leak and you're there when the foot's down. You're going to be susceptible to high fastballs in hard velocity and breaking balls because you won't be in it as much to be able to keep those hands back and have power when you swing. So let's work on that a little bit better for the next time. But the fluidity, man, great job. So again, on this, it's just holding on a little longer. Don't let that front side leak. See how your front leg is leaking open right there. You don't need to cheat. You got good hands. So let that thing come down a little more closed. I don't mind if the foot's slightly open, but just keep that knee closed. So then when you land, see how that kind of gets you there? Draggy. That could be a little better. That could be a little better. Now, again, remember this. I'm nitpicking you because we're going in super slow motion. In fast motion, that looked really good to me. So just kind of understand. But the bat path and everything, I love, man. You're looking good. But they could be more powerful, so we're hitting Jimmy Jacks. All right, let's go to the next swing. You're looking very consistent though with the timing mechanism. Only thing I'm talking about is coming down in it a little bit better, where you're behind the ball, completely in your loaded position, in a landed in your launch position, as I call it. And man, just keep doing what you're doing because the rhythm and timing looks good. The bat path looks good. Again, I just want you to stay a little bit more in it and closed on the front side. That's so much more fluid. You had to cheat there, get your hands in because you must have been late right there. So good job on that. You didn't panic. You stayed in rhythm, so watch that. So I'm assuming, because I can't see the ball, that you recognize you were late right here. Well, you just got your foot down, stayed in rhythm, pulled your hands inside, got barrel on it. Man, it looks good, bro. Only thing you got to fix between that swing and the next one is your timing. Keep the swing. That looks really good. Yeah, man, it's night and day on just by when you kick, how you have that fluidity right there instead of the other night when you would get that little stop and go. So I hope what I told you earlier you understand now is we're rolling through the stop sign here. Rolling through the stop sign right there. Let's break this one down. You know, again, I'm nitpicking. I'd like to have that front shoulder there longer. See where it is right here? Your true, sorry, your true loaded position. Geez, that was even worse. Right there. Where that shoulder is right there. Look, hold on, shoot. So look how far you're into your kick until you get there. Understand, E, you can't really attack until you get in that position because that's your loaded position. That's what we attack from, is a loaded position. So if I'm scared in games, if you recognize slider here with your shoulder there, it ain't going to stay this loose getting there. It's going to get real tight because you're going to see something from an unready position, which makes us panic a little bit. BP, it ain't going to show up. But in games, I think it could. So that's another thing we can kind of work on. Is so, again, when you kick, I want you straight attacking here. I don't want anything going on up here that's a messing with this down here. So when you kick, I love where the legs are though, so keep lower half looks good. But the top half, watch. See when that shoulder got there? I want that shoulder there when you kick, right? And if not there, I mean right in there. So when you kick, it has something like that. That's what our shoulders should be moving when we kick. Watch how much your shoulder's moving because you're still quite getting in position. And again, that makes you leak. I think that's why you land like this instead of landing like that, where you still have your hands, everything's still there, there's no leakage. That's a home run position. That is almost a home run position. So we're right there, man. You see it. It's centimeters away. Okay. So I think we found the culprit though. So I'm glad we're going this swing by swing. The culprit is getting that front shoulder a little bit earlier, where your front half's just a little bit more in there. All right, perfect. So that was the last one. So I'm glad, man, we hit that perfectly. So on the last swing, what we saw was all that was going on, and I'm talking about how great you look and everything like, but the things I'm picking on is you leaking on that front side, okay? And so when you leak right there, that's caused from something else. That's not caused because you're trying to pull a ball. That's caused because that front shoulder's getting in there just a tad late. So get that front shoulder in there, that loaded position right before you kick. So then when you kick, you're straight attacking. But boy, that's a lot better. But we still got a little room for improvement. All right, man.